nigga never been as broke as me. I like that. When I was young, I had 2 pair of leaves. Besides that, the pinstripes and the gray. The one I wore on Mondays and Wednesdays. While niggas flirt, I'm sewing tigers on my shirts and alligators. You wanna see the inside? I see you later. Here come the drama. Oh, that's that nigga with the fake. Wow, why you punch me in my face? Stay in your place, play your position. Here come my intuition. Go in this nigga pocket, rob him while his friends watch it, and hoes clock it. Here comes respect. His crew's your crew, or they might be next. Look at they man, big man, they never try, so we roll with them, stole with them. I mean loyalty. Niggas bought me milks at lunch. The milks with chocolate, the cookies, butter crunch, 80 long as I got stuff for most of them soft. Even when I was wrong, I got my point across. They depicted me the boss. Of course, my orange box cutter make the world go round. Plus I'm fucking bitches ain't my homegirls now. Start stacking, dabbled in crack, gun packing. Nickname Medina, made the scenes, took my Ninas. From gym class to in-glass, pass off for global. The only nigga with a mobile. Can't you see like total? Getting larger in waist and taste. Ain't no telling where this felon is heading. Just in case, keep a shell at the tip of your melon. Clear the space. Your brain was a terrible thing to waste. Realizing to master enterprise, and I ain't have to be in school by 10. I then began to encounter with my counterparts on how to burn the block apart. Break it down into sections. Drugs by these selections. Some use pipes, others use injections. Syringe sold separately. Frank the deputy, quick to grab my Smith & Wesson like my dick was missing. To protect my position, my corner, my layer. While we out here, say the hustler's prayer. If the game shakes me or breaks me, I hope it makes me a better man. Take a better stand, put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid, only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Motherfucker. 88. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Better stand, put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid, only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. A nigga never been as broke as me. I like that. When I was young, I had 2 pair of leaves. Besides that, the pinstripes and the gray. The one I wore on Mondays and Wednesdays. While niggas flirt, I'm sewing tigers on my shirts and alligators. You wanna see the inside? I see you later. Here come the drama. Oh, that's that nigga with the fake. Wow, why you punch me in my face. Stay in your place, play your position. Become my intuition. Go in this nigga pocket, rob him while his friends watch it. And hoes clock it. Here comes respect. His crew's your crew, or they might be next. Look at they man, big man, they never try, so we roll with them. Stole with them. I mean loyalty. Niggas bought me milks at lunch. The milks with chocolate, the cookies, butter crunch, 80 I was wrong, I got my point across. They depicted me the boss. Of course, my orange box cutter make the world go round. Plus I'm fucking bitches ain't my homegirls now. Start stacking, dabbled in crack, gun packing. Nickname Medina, made the scenes, took my Ninas. From gym class to English, pass off for global. The only nigga with a mobile. Can't you see like total? Getting larger in waist and taste. Ain't no telling where this felon is heading. Just in case, keep a shell at the tip of your melon. Clear the space. Your brain was a terrible thing to waste. Realizing to master enterprise, and I ain't have to be in school by 10. I then began to encounter with my counterparts to how to burn the block apart. Break it down into sections. Drugs by these selections. Some use pipes, others use injections. Syringe sold separately. Frank the deputy, quick to grab my Smith & Wesson.
All right. Say something real quick.
I'm saying something real quick.
Alright, cool.
Quickly.
Okay, what is going on, guys? We are back with yet again another edition of the Notorious podcast, man. And we're on this episode today with another edition of the news, man. If you guys do not know how this show works, every Monday we're on here with Unscripted, and every Friday we are on here with the news. Now, I know this is Thursday. That is because, as you can see with the whole layout, this is the New Year's edition of the news here today for you guys, man. So we figured people will be doing things tomorrow. So we did this shit a day early, similar to how we did last week with Christmas. I'm sure this is going to be an annual thing. Also, this past Monday, if you guys did notice that we were not on, it is because we were doing the 2021 Notorious Sales Podcast Year-End Awards. Currently, the best 2021 wrestling award show from the IWC. Absolutely, that was a kick-ass show. I said it in a tweet, but it was 3 hours. It's a 3-hour show. It's a very long show, but we do a great job of keeping you guys entertained throughout the whole thing. So also better than every single episode of Monday Night Raw from this year. Every single episode of Monday Night Raw from this year. So, hey, next time you guys are watching Monday Night Raw and you don't want to watch it, you might as well watch the Notorious Sales Podcast 2021 Year-End Awards. Better than all of them. So, with that being said, if you guys did miss that, not only can you watch that on YouTube, if you guys just look at our channel, you guys can find that pretty easily, but you can also watch that episode on every single platform that we're on, including Anchor, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. So you guys can find that everywhere now. And like I said, if you want to watch it first, come right here on YouTube, man. Also, if this is your first time watching, guys, do not know who we are here at the Notorious Sales Podcast. I am Johnny Mayhem, one half of the host of this very show. And as for the other half, we got my man Sir K here, man. How's it going?
It's going good, man. It's going good. Just chilling out. Just playing the game, chilling out. Watch Spider-Man again. We watched that the other day. That was great. And other than that, bro, I'm just chilling out, and then going on really. Other than that, just just being normal, bro. But what about you, man? How have you been?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I've been good. Bro. Like you said the other day, we went and watched Spider-Man again.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. Other than myself, just being on a huge Spider-Man kick. Nothing
I'm
much,
telling
man.
you,
Nothing
bro.
much. I've been rewatching all the movies and shit. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. So, yeah, bro. Yeah, man. So that's pretty much it, man. That's pretty much it. Just enjoying my time. Yeah, that's
Hell yeah.
that. That's
Nice,
that.
bro.
So, hell yeah, man. Like I said again, if you guys did miss the Notorious podcast 2021 year-end awards, please go watch that. That is probably my favorite episode from this year. They're all bangers, but if I were to pick one,
It would probably be that one.
it would probably be that one. That was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun to do. We took away the WWE and the AEW category
Just
and just
went with
merged
it.
both of them together to try to make it not long, but it was still long as fuck. But that's what you get when you get two people that just ramble on about wrestling for 3 hours
Literally.
long.
Literally.
And yeah, man, but it was a very
The
fun
whole
episode,
story.
and yeah, man. So obviously last week was very altered, not really on our normal schedule, but next Monday we'll be right back to doing everything
Yep.
how we do everything here
And I
on
get
this
to watch
show.
Raw in its entirety because I don't even work that day, so I get to watch Raw.
Yay.
Yay!
Man, I tell
love
you,
it.
we came on here Sunday, and we told you guys that since we were not going to be on Unscripted, we will not be watching Monday Night Raw. And to this day, I only know
I've
what
watched
happened
it.
on that episode of Raw through people posting shit on Instagram.
Exactly.
I did not watch
That's
a
it.
lick of Monday Night Raw, and that would have been a fucking mess if I had to come on here and tell you guys about Grayson Waller and Eric Bischoff.
And
I mean-
Sen Veer,
Yeah, send
Like-
Veer.
kill me. You know who you gotta send? Fucking Triple H. That's who you send. Send Triple H. Please. Give us hope. And hope doesn't exist in that company.
You know, I heard he's been wrestling matches on Main Event, but he's not been on
Oh.
Monday Night Raw. Yep.
Yeah, I heard about that too. God damn.
Like, bro,
Fucking. Like, what are you waiting for?
what the fuck are you waiting for? Everybody's out with COVID at the moment. I mean,
Might as
they're
well.
they're flying people home. They're sending people home because they don't know what to do. They're doing this. All these names are missing from backstage, but you don't want to. And I accidentally tapped my humidifier.
Bruh.
I'm not hotboxing people. I just tapped my humidifier.
Okay.
So, yeah, man. I mean, they're sending people home, this and that. There's nobody on the show. You fucking called Grayson Waller and Eric Bischoff to Monday Night Raw,
Oh, God.
but you're still airing Veer Mahan vignettes.
Like,
Anyway,
it's not like you're gonna do anything with him when he debuts anyway, so just do it now. Literally.
Exactly, bro. Just fucking put him on the show. Anyway, that's enough about Monday Night Raw for the week. A whole 2-minute conversation is enough for me. Yeah, man. We're going to start things off with, obviously we're going to start things off with the news, and then do not forget at the end, we got day one predictions for you guys. I'm very excited about this show.
Can't even half those matches happen at this
Yay.
fucking point.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we'll get into some news we got in a little bit. WWE doesn't want to change plans. Hint, hint.
They do not.
Yes, we're going to start you guys off with Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega has no timetable for his AEW return, man.
I mean,
In this week's...
oh, go ahead.
Oh,
Read the
in this week's Wrestling Observer newsletter, Dave Meltzer provided an update on his status. There is no timetable for Kenny Omega's return to the ring. The former AEW champion will continue to heal his injuries as others step into the main event scene, Meltzer said, and I quote, "At this point, There is no firm timetable for Kenny Omega's return. AEW, end quote. AEW is fortunate to have wealth of talent on their current roster. Page and Danielson are engaged in a compelling feud over the... I don't think this pertains to anything that has to do with fucking Kenny Omega.
That was
Okay,
probably just a small part in their full article about some shit.
Yeah, okay, so that was just... Okay, so pretty much there is no firm timetable for the return of Kenny Omega. One thing that does pertain to Kenny Omega is the part where this article says AEW is fortunate to have a wealth of talent on their current roster. Yes, that is incredibly true.
100%.
That is very true. We all know that. And although we miss Kenny, we miss him. He's not necessarily needed at the moment.
No.
He finished up his story. We're all very appreciative of him for working through injuries throughout the whole summer. If I was Kenny, I would have sat out until the match at Full Gear and just kind of did promos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The man did not. The man opted to actually get in the ring and wrestle, which you have to show the utmost gratitude and respect to that man for doing that, all to pay off a storyline for not only his friend but the fans.
Exactly.
And it was a very, very great thing for Kenny Omega to do. This is what I love about AEW. They have a revolving door of talent. We've been asking of this for WWE, mainly around like the 2017-18 era when they had all that talent, 19 as well. I would say more so 2018 and 19 when they just had all this talent on the show. Nobody was doing anything, and we would always tell them, exactly, you got to work with this. Have some guy that's been fucking buried, like Nakamura. Because WWE, buries the absolute fuck out of people. Send the dude home for 2 months. You know what I mean? Let him rejuvenate himself. Let him come up with new ideas for his return. Let him put a feud in place for him. Start planting seeds for his return after about a month. And then when he comes back, people are excited to see him. It's not like, oh shit, here's buried Nakamura that lost to Jinder Mahal 3 times in a row on pay-per-view, who's been having Japanese racist jokes made about him on SmackDown. You know what I mean? We're excited to see him. It's like, oh shit, it's Nakamura. He's coming back to face this new guy from NXT. He's coming back to face fucking Ricochet. Like, oh damn, that's fucking dope. He's coming back to face Aleister Black. How long have we all wanted that match that we never got? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's what you got to do, man. And AEW, although AEW is not perfect, they do a better job with it, in my opinion. They in some case they do a very bad job with it, like with guys like Andrade. But then on the other hand, you have Pac is another one who's done just awfully horrible. But then you got guys like Black, who you don't really see every week sometimes. He's one of the more featured ones. But you got guys like him who you see a lot of the time. But also sometimes, sometimes he's gone for a week or so. But yeah, I mean AEW the Young Bucks. I mean they're there in a promo capacity, but for the past couple weeks they've been off TV. And now they're starting to come back and get more physical, and it's like, damn, we miss the Bucks because we know how good they are. But yeah, I mean, their gaps, I would say, aren't really 2 months, like I was saying, like with like guys that WWE should have done because they were buried in the fucking water. So 2 months, I think, would have really helped them, or maybe even just a month. I would say 2 months if it's a guy like Nakamura and he's like buried in the fucking sand. But for a guy like Andrade, where he's like not buried, but he just hasn't done anything in AEW. They've done a very bad job of every time he does show up, creating something for him.
It's just random shit they have him do.
Yeah, for sure.
but they're definitely better with that. Even Jericho said
They
before
are, yeah.
when he was going on tour until he's back because his tour got cut short. But he was leaving. He was like, "Yeah, I in this company I could leave, and we got a roster where they won't even notice that I'm gone for a while. They'll have all these guys to keep them occupied with, and when they start to miss me, then when I come back, it'll be cool."
Right.
Sadly, he's back already. His tour got cut. He can't do his tour anymore, from what I heard. So
Yay.
he's stuck
Oh,
here.
bro, your text was fucking hilarious. Because your text was exactly what I was thinking. Because, because we'll talk about this on Monday, but Jericho, Eddie Kingston and LAX are getting beat up by 2.0 and Garcia. And I'm like, oh, snap. Is he going to come back? I'm like, oh, shit, this is about to be dope. I'm thinking Jon Moxley, right? And then Judas hits, and I'm just sitting there looking at the TV, and then I see a fucking text from Sir K pop up. Oh, yay. And I was like,
No,
bruh.
just kill me. Oh yay. Oh, bro. I was
That's
like,
exactly what I thought.
oh,
I was like,
yay.
oh, yay. There's Jericho's back.
Jericho.
Great.
Alrighty. But one
No,
thing,
but yeah, he's right. He's right. He's absolutely right. A guy like Kenny, that's the word I was looking for. He's what did Jericho say? I can't remember.
oh, shit.
He
He said
said
AEW has such a roster where he can leave and we will be occupied with the whole revolving door of the roster, and then when we start to miss him, then when he comes back,
right.
it'll be
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. That's that's the word I was looking for. They'll be gone, but
Mhm.
you won't even notice they're gone. You won't even notice
Exactly.
that they're gone. So I think
And
that's the AEW does a better job at that. What were you saying?
plus, the nice thing about AEW is they still acknowledge their existence. Even in WWE, when they're just taking a break, they like don't acknowledge that that person exists. They legit forget about that person. We'll be getting Young Bucks references to Kenny Omega. Adam Cole name drop him at some point. Red Dragon probably will. You know what I mean? We'll know he's alive. You know what I mean? To let them know the fans that he's working. He'll be coming back one day, and then when we'll see him, it'll be a mark out moment, man. But
Yep.
it's just I can't wait, and it sucks that there's no timetable so far, but I hope that Omega can get all the break time he needs because from everything he did in Japan to now, that man deserves like some good time off. He
He
really
does.
does because that
He
Japan
does.
schedule is fucking brutal. And he was one of those guys that like lived that Japan style, so he deserves his
Yeah.
break, bro.
He does. He does. Well deserved. I don't remember a time Kenny Omega ever went on
Took
a
a break.
break.
No, I don't remember
Um.
that.
So even when he is healed up, uh, I hope that this man just takes a little bit
Takes
more time just to himself.
exactly.
Because my God, man, he has went so fucking hard, man, and I mean he's been amazing. But
Mm-hmm.
man, this dude has went so unbelievably hard over the past couple years. Uh,
Exactly.
but yeah, man, I mean, no timetable for Kenny Omega's return, and I'm very confident that AEW will understand how to book everybody while he's gone. And I think
Exactly.
you won't even notice that he's gone because there's so much talent and so much people that are going to rise to the occasion while he's out. So yeah, man, no no timetable yet for Kenny Omega's return, but whenever he does come back, it will be great. But also, he is not the most needed guy on the roster at the moment, so
Exactly.
it's a good thing that he is getting a little time to himself for sure.
Most definitely.
Um, Mercedes Martinez. Mercedes Martinez is all elite, ladies and gentlemen. She put out a tweet. Let me pull it up. She says, the hustle/grind never stops. Blessed and humbled and ready to be unleashed. Thank you at Tony Khan at AEW to everyone that believes in me and what I can bring to wrestling. Cheer, boo, hate, love me, but respect me and what I continue to bring to this business. Hashtag rugged and thugged. Hashtag OG badass with the picture of Mercedes Martinez is all elite. I thought she was with Impact. I thought she was. This was one when she got released. We said, oh, she's probably going to be going to AEW. And lo and behold, she was with Impact for a little bit. So I was like, oh, I guess AEW never got her. But I guess her Impact thing must have just been a short thing because you never know if, you never know if these people want to hold off on a debut so people kind of forget about them. Like, oh, her 90 days are up. Why isn't she in AEW? Oh, she's in Impact. Guess she's not going to be in AEW. And then she shows up in AEW. So
exactly. Yeah, that shit was shocking, man.
Yeah, it was.
Mm-hmm. I was like, oh, who did it? I thought it was Ember until I saw the hands. I was like, all right, that's definitely not Ember. And then it was Mercedes Martinez, and I think that's a great pairing. Or, I don't know if they're a pairing yet, but I think they'll evolve into an overall pairing. I think they'll both work under Smart Mark, which that is just perfect. Which I want that, bruh. I want Mercedes Martinez also managed by Smart Mark Sterling. That sounds heat.
Hell yeah, bruh. Yeah, I mean, she, like I was telling you, the way she like parted ways with them makes me think otherwise. Not that I don't like the idea of it.
Yeah.
But
they didn't like. Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't. They did walk away together, but they kind of separated a little bit. So I don't know, man. We'll just have to wait and see. But regardless, Mercedes Martinez is all elite, man. So, which is a great pickup for Tony Khan and whatnot. And speaking of pickups or potential pickups, Toni Storm released from WWE. This was not a release that you think.
No.
This was Toni Storm quitting WWE because, well, she was, for real. She was probably waiting around like, yeah, this company's most definitely gonna release me, and then they never released her, and she was like, oh, well, this is taking too long. I thought it was gonna be released by now, and. Well, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. It really is crazy how back in WWE, I remember when Sasha Banks quit in 2018 and went home. Isn't it crazy to think if she did that in 2021, she would probably be released because Nick Khan doesn't really give a fuck?
That would have been crazy, bro.
Isn't that crazy to think about?
But now, Sasha's nothing but Hollywood bound. I don't even think we're going to see her much in WWE anymore, to be honest.
What is she? Is she on WWE right now?
Not currently.
I thought she was on SmackDown.
Is she? Is she doing anything? That's the real question.
I know she teamed with Toni Storm. She was kind of like in the feud with Charlotte.
Well, that team is done for. But damn, did Toni Storm ever get her title match?
She did. She got it on Christmas Day, and she lost.
Oh, wow.
Or the Christmas Eve, the Christmas Eve episode of SmackDown.
Yeah, wasn't it it was a pre-recorded one. Yep.
Yeah.
She did.
Yeah.
Now I remember it. Yeah, man, but goddamn, Toni Storm. Do you see what she did? How she walked out? How she just bought a plane ticket and just dipped?
Yeah. I heard that she flew herself home.
And told nobody. She just did it.
Oh damn! Really?
Yeah, she just flew herself home.
I wonder what bullshit they fucking handed her this week. You're gonna get cream pied again.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So, in an update from the previous post, both PW Insider and Fightful are reporting that the belief is that Toni Storm requested her release and the internal message did not mention budget cuts. Now, let me pull up that article really quick. Okay. Toni Storm was burnt out before quitting WWE.
Who can blame her?
Yeah, honestly. Honestly, bro. On the latest Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer talked about Toni Storm's release from WWE. Meltzer said that the only thing that he has heard is that she left because she was burnt out. Meltzer further added that has not heard if Toni Storm had any non-compete clause or not. Toni Storm was unable to defeat Charlotte Flair for the Women's Championship on the Christmas Eve episode of SmackDown, and it seems that was her last televised match in WWE. We'll have to wait and see what's next for Toni Storm. Burnt out.
Shit.
Toni Storm, when she, for me at least, as soon as she got called up to NXT, regular NXT, NXT Florida, whatever you want to call it, whenever she got taken from NXT UK, her stuff in NXT, she just didn't look as hungry.
No.
She just didn't look as hungry, and then they called her up. I don't even remember when the fuck they called her up. They might have called her up when they called up Tegan Nox and Shotzi Blackheart.
I think they did. I think that's when they called her up.
I think.
I believe so. Wait.
I can't remember.
No, wasn't she called up and not used for like weeks upon weeks? Or was that also when... No, I think it was when she got...
That was Toni Storm.
Yeah, where she wasn't used for like fucking 10 weeks. And she randomly came back and flirted with, who did she flirt with when she came back? Brick Boogs. That's what they had her do the first time she came back after like 10 weeks.
Huh.
God.
I don't even remember that. Jesus Christ. Well, that in a nutshell sums up Toni Storm's run on the main roster. I have no clue what the fuck done happened here.
I couldn't tell you the month she debuted. I couldn't.
Toni Storm, and then, like I said, and then she gets called up to the main roster, and then you could just really feel that it's not there.
Mm-hmm.
What I think is that she was fed up with the main roster booking.
Everything.
The main roster booking. I think that WWE wasn't necessarily her ideal environment that she wanted to work in, being how they run things and stuff like that. And she's super indie. She's been I mean, she started wrestling at a very young age, so she's been to all Japan, Shimmer, and all that, and
everywhere,
all the UK indies and stuff like that. And then obviously you get to NXT UK, and there her work was great. She seemed hungry.
Oh, yeah.
She seemed, you know what I mean. And then, like I said, when NXT changed, in like at the end of 2019, when they were more focused on combating AEW.
Mm-hmm.
When she got called up into that version of NXT, you could kind of see the Toni Storm of old not really be there anymore, and it was kind of just like she was going through the motions. I think she got sick of it, and yeah, I think she was burnt out, as probably everybody that has a brain, everybody that's not named Baron Corbin, is on WWE, bro. That's what I believe, man. I genuinely think she was just burnt out, which how can you not be?
Exactly.
And yeah, man. So
especially
that's
with
what I
that
think.
schedule and shit. Dude,
Yeah.
Even if I was being booked relatively good, with that schedule, I'd be burnt out within like 2 months. I can't do that shit. Once you go home once a week, every other day you're doing live show and then random shit and then the weekly show and then they like you to be there for the other weekly show even though you're not on. Like, what? Man, hell no, bro. I cannot do that shit, especially those time periods where they, just put random people on random shows. Hell no. I'd be so burnt out of that shit. Wouldn't even be funny, bro. so I do not blame her at all. She kind of got into normal NXT, uh, her NXT Florida, when it wasn't. When did she go into normal NXT? Like 2019, right?
I think at the end of 2019 or early 2020, one of the
Yeah, so
two.
she didn't go into 2018 NXT. So what she was going into, that's not the NXT she suspected, and she got called up. Even worse, man. So I feel bad for her. I bet she feel like she wasted her time for the most part
Probably.
here, man. I just hope that she can find that passion again and go somewhere that makes her happy. Whether it's AEW or not, whatever she wants to do, she could. I hope for AEW. Her and Britt Baker, her and Ruby Riott, her and Mercedes Martinez, Jade Cargill, Ember Moon. Bro, great women's division, and she could be a great part of that shit, man. So I wish the best for her, and I hope wherever she goes, I hope wherever she goes, she's happy. But I do not blame her one bit for leaving that shit. I would have done the same.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Yeah, you cannot fault Tony Storm at all in this situation. I mean, fuck, man, she was burnt out, bro. She was burnt
Yes,
out.
how do you blame her?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely not. Especially from going what she was doing in NXT too. Even though she wasn't being
Exactly.
booked the best, she was still being able to be Tony Storm and not be embarrassed. And then she gets in a feud with Charlotte. And for most of these indie women, that's a
That's
dream
the
feud.
end
Charlotte's one of the best, right? And then you get
until they
there and you're getting fucking whipped cream pies thrown in your face. I mean, this is
no,
your
yeah,
feud with Charlotte? Are you kidding me?
exactly. All I got to hear on the other side of the mic is, "I am the queen. You are just indie stuff. I am queen. I was." That's all you got to hear, and you get pies thrown in your face.
Yeah.
Sounds like hell to me.
I mean, Charlotte I mean, you hear all these indie women talk about maybe who they'd want to face in WWE, and a lot of them say Charlotte Flair. She's one of the best. Da 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 da. Da. And then you finally get there, and you're getting cream pies thrown in your fucking face. I mean, that's ridiculous, man. Von
Well,
Wagner. Von
hey,
Wagner is in the news.
let's
Von
go,
Wagner.
Kush Wagner.
Several
Yes.
months ago, Von Wagner appeared on SmackDown as a bodyguard
Awesome.
for Adam Pearce. However, according to Ringside News, the angle was scrapped by Vince McMahon, making Wagner's call up in doubt. Wow.
He's gonna get released, bruh. God
Von
damn.
Wagner, WWE call up scrapped.
Damn. That's how
Damn.
you.
He would have been a great part of SmackDown to laugh at. I would have loved that.
Oh,
That
I
would
would
have
have
been.
loved it.
But look, man, Mr. Von Wagner here. He's not getting called up, man. He's not getting called up, and although it's sad, I guess it's
Bruh.
okay.
I
I guess.
understand. But
Yeah, I wonder if they were doing this to try to get O'Reilly to stay, being
could
like,
have been.
"Hey, we'll call your partner up. If you stay, maybe you could be called up with him." And then
Yeah.
O'Reilly was like, "Nah." And then Vince
No.
McMahon was like, "Oh, this guy was teaming with Adam Cole's friend.
Oh,
Get him
fuck
out of
him.
here. Get him out of
Exactly.
here." But
Get
yeah,
him out
man,
of my face.
Von Wagner, WWE call up, man. Von Wagner's WWE call up scrapped. Sorry for my dog.
Shit.
Um,
Gee.
and yeah, I mean, I don't know what, I don't know what to say, man. I don't know what to say. Typical WWE, getting somebody's hopes up, especially somebody who's a complete nobody like Von Wagner, getting the dude's hopes up, getting them on SmackDown, and then just being like, yeah, you go back now. And then besides, somebody like him, I mean, I know he's been in the Performance Center for years, but you really need that experience of being
Exactly.
in the
On
ring
TV
and on
matches.
TV. And with that, he's only had that experience since, when the hell did NXT change? September?
Yeah. Not that
So
long ago.
the dude's been on live TV for 3 months. You know what I mean? He's been on live TV for 3 months, and you want to call him up already. Somebody who is not necessarily who I would say is polished act in the slightest.
No. I like him,
Yeah.
but he's the complete opposite of polished. Dude
Yeah.
just walks around, has no dedicated style, attire, attitude, nothing. He's just
No.
Von Wagner, just baked
Yep.
off his mind, coming to work, bruh. Like, come on, bruh. So, like, it's a blessing and a curse when you're not called up like that. It's like, oh God, Vince doesn't want you when you're already starting wanting to get called up. That's bad, but it does give him the time to actually grow as a competitor and as just a wrestler. And if he does end up getting called up in the future, it could be way better off when he did it back then.
Yeah, man, for sure. For sure. According to Dave Meltzer, a recent Dave Meltzer report, it seems as though former NXT champion Johnny Gargano is heavily considering an AEW deal. Okay.
I like to hear that.
Meltzer also said this. This is a long one, so stick with me here. Meltzer said, as more time goes on, I have this feeling that Gargano will debut in Cleveland. If that's the case, it means he would debut on the January 22nd episode of AEW Dynamite because that is when they will be in Cleveland. I don't know 100% that he's going. If you watch him on Twitch, he talked about wanting to wrestle Kenny Omega and things like that. Just things he said both publicly and privately. I know he's heavily considering going. Put it that way, if you really think about what makes sense for him as well, the only real argument for Gargano staying is he's got a kid coming and his wife who works for WWE, and if you work for NXT, he's got a good offer to stay in WWE and he can make good money, and he's working 1 day a week and he's driving to the building. It's a 5 or 10 or 15 minute drive if that's what you want. But he didn't get to be a great wrestler taking the easy route, especially for him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good, and then that's a good take by Meltzer, and then pretty much that is pretty much it for what Meltzer said. But then Adam Cole, who's great friends with Johnny Wrestling, Adam Cole revealed that he'd love to see Johnny Gargano in AEW during an interview with Throwing Down with Renee and Misa. I butchered that person's name. And I quote, I will always mention Johnny Gargano as one of my favorite opponents of all time. Me and him had a series of matches in NXT. That to this day I'm incredibly proud of. Another fantastic human being across the board as well. Johnny is a guy that I would really love to see in AEW for sure. Again, who knows as the wrestling landscape continues to change. End quote.
Okay.
Meltzer's reporting on it. Adam Cole wants to see him in AEW. Ladies and gentlemen, Johnny Gargano in 3 weeks' time. I don't know what Meltzer was talking about. January 22nd. That's a Saturday. So either Johnny could show up on the 19th or the 26th. Whichever one is Cleveland. I'm assuming it could be either one of those. AEW Cleveland. Let's see. AEW Dynamite tickets. Let's see.
I want Chicago, fucking asshole.
Cleveland, 26th.
Yeah,
26th.
Yep,
Okay, so I don't know what the hell Meltzer was talking about there with the 22nd. I don't know what fucking Dynamite he's going to be watching. But look, man. Johnny Gargano, heavily being reported to sign with AEW, and that makes me incredibly happy. We've said this while everybody else was singing the praises of Kenny Omega. We've said that Johnny Gargano was the best wrestler on the planet. You could tell with his body of work across every fucking opponent he's ever faced in NXT. He always has everybody's best match.
Exactly.
And yeah, this guy is the best wrestler on the planet, bar none. And I think if AEW truly wants to be elite, I think they would need the best wrestler on the planet, and I think that would seal the deal. The deal's already fucking sealed, but I think it would seal it just that much more, man. So I think AEW is the right place for Johnny Gargano. I think that is a place where he is going to be able to bet on himself, be able to prove himself yet again, and be the Johnny Gargano that we all remember. And yeah, bro, it's going to be incredible, man. It's going to be incredible.
It really
for
is,
sure.
bro.
And I'm so pumped to see him in AEW, man. What were you saying?
And all those people I wanted at Impact, bruh, stop lying, bruh. He is such a great talent. That talent has to be seen. Nobody watches Impact, bruh. Hate to break it to you guys. Nobody watches Impact. I saw Impact voted Gallows and Anderson their tag team of the year. Haven't even seen them motherfuckers. So you know that's how fucking pointless in watching Impact is where nobody is seen. You know what I mean? So Johnny Gargano, I think he's AEW bound, and I think in Cleveland we'll get the debut, man. And that soon after Cleveland, that's our Dynamite.
That's the next week.
Yep.
That's the
So
next week. So
we might be able to get to see the aftermath of the Johnny Gargano debut. That would be heat, bro.
Yeah, bro.
And they
Johnny
love spoiling
wrestling.
Chicago, so I could see that happening, man. I could
Yep.
see it happening, but
Yep.
that it's just great news for Johnny, man, and I hope we can see him pretty soon in AEW, man, because there's a lot of people, him and other people, would like to see him face, bro. And got a lot of opponents, basically the whole damn roster.
Yeah. Pretty much, bruh. Omo, one of our favorite people to talk about on this channel. Omo reportedly left Raw early and flew home. According to a recent report, it seems as though Omos left home before Raw aired. Even left for home before Raw aired. Even though he was advertised for a match. Yeah, that was it. And then it just says at the end of this article, do you think plans were scrapped for Omo, or could this be a COVID-19 precautionary stance? Omo, yeah, it could very, very much well be COVID. We're figured I'd talk about this before we get into the big piece of news.
Yeah.
But yeah, Omo, yeah, man. I mean, he flew home, bruh, and yeah.
Yeah, I think they fucking wrapped him and AJ up really quickly, so I don't think it's really done. I think they want to send him home for a little bit for COVID, and when he comes back, I think he'll be back doing shit, facing AJ again. Because I think this Grayson Waller shit is just a temporary band-aid on this roster with the COVID news that we'll get into, man. But I mean, Omo left, and I'd miss Raw too, bro. I know he wasn't watching. I know what he wasn't watching on that plane ride home, and that was Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, for real, bro. Yeah, man. So Omo not at Monday Night Raw, and it is yet to be seen on whether that is COVID related or
just
plans being scrapped.
Yeah, you never know.
Omos.
Fucking AJ.
WWE WWE decides to stop testing COVID for staff. Now, it is being reported by Fightful that WWE will be scrapping COVID testing. Fightful stated that for NXT 2.0, they have been advertised that their twice-weekly COVID testing had been previously mandatory, that it is no longer required for the main roster. A same type of email received by them. Fightful has stated that feeling amongst the roster about this decision didn't sit well with several within the company.
Sure.
Dude,
Like,
just when you think this company can't get any more fucking stupid, they manage to do it.
And
What were you saying?
literally, our work is starting, I think, the 4th or something. If you're not vaccinated, you gotta get tested every 7 days. That's like gonna be a countrywide thing that you have to do. How is Vince getting away with this shit, bro? I don't know how, because I don't know if it works like whatever state their HQ is in, or like whatever state they're in that week is the laws they gotta go. Like, how do they get away with that shit? That's my first question. Second of all, how are certain people reacting to this? Because first of all, Kevin Owens, bruh.
Yep.
Look at a year ago how he made them start caring about, the COVID mask and whatnot during all that shit. He was the one that made him start to do shit. And now he just signed a deal and they're doing some fuck shit. I bet he's not happy because that puts him, he has family that might be at risk now. You never know what random health things a random family member might have. You know what I mean? And then Roman. Roman is literally in, what is the phrase? In compromise or something? Whatever the fuck that phrase is. The scientific phrase they gotta use for that shit, but he's vulnerable to that shit. We all know it. And he takes that shit seriously. And they built everything around him in this last year. If they not, I don't think they'll lose him, but if they temporarily lose him again, no, they're doomed. Imagine having to see just the Usos in their current state every week for SmackDown. That sounds like hell. That sounds like hell on earth, bruh. Literally, SmackDown is just Roman. It might just be nothing. It might just be Usos. That sounds terrible, man. I want to see how the aftermath to this is because that is some terrible decisions, company wise. That's just dumb. That really is, bruh. God damn.
Genuinely, bro. Genuinely. I mean, amongst a company-wide outbreak, why
Literally.
the fuck would you stop testing people now? You know why? This is what I think, and this is incredibly selfish. Not only with Kevin Owens, like you just said, the man just re-signed just for WWE to say, all right, now we gotcha, so you're done.
Exactly.
And then Roman Reigns, who is incredibly, he has a weakened immune system because of his leukemia, so this is your top guy right now. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would not be fucking shocked if Roman Reigns dropped the championship to win it back at WrestleMania. I would not be shocked. I really would not, bro. Now look, WWE and Vince McMahon. This is what I think, because with everybody coming down and this throwing a wrench into all their plans, Vince McMahon doesn't want that to happen. So Vince McMahon wants to be able to say, "Oh shit, Seth Rollins had COVID. Well, I didn't know." Well, why is that, Vince? You fucking idiot! It's because you're not testing people.
Exactly.
But that's genuinely what I think. I think it's selfish because he doesn't want to have his plans ruined anymore by COVID. So he's going to use the, "Oh, well, I didn't know," as his excuse. Well, you know why you didn't fucking know? Because you stopped testing people, you idiot. So how the fuck is anybody gonna know?
He's using the format of, well, we can't have cases if no one's getting tested. We won't have COVID cases.
Yep.
That's his
Yep.
fucking strategy. All
That is
just
his
so his
logic.
shows don't get fucked up. That's literally it. When if you actually booked your television right, you'd have backups. Like right now, if certain people in AEW ended up getting COVID, there's backups. Yeah, I mean that we could temporarily see in that spotlight until that person comes back. But with
Uh-huh.
WWE, they don't have anybody. They have Roman, and that's it. That's literally it. They have their top stars, and that is it. They don't have any backups. They don't want any backups. They just want what they want now. Vince wants everything to work on his time, even COVID. That's why he's not testing, because COVID doesn't work on Vince McMahon time. That ain't right. That really ain't
Exactly.
right, bro.
Exactly, bro. And then with Vince McMahon, PW Insider confirmed that several WWE executives are not at tonight's Raw taping in Detroit. The biggest names are Vince McMahon, Bruce Pritchard, Kevin Dunn, Michael Hayes, and Adam Pearce. It was also reported that John Laurinaitis and Ed Koskey are running tonight's tapings and things backstage. Ringside News was first to report that McMahon, Dunn, and Pritchard were not seen backstage today.
So we're not gonna test people. We're not showing up because we don't want to get COVID. That's some fuck
Exactly.
that shit, bruh.
Exactly.
I'd be so pissed if I was that roster. I'd be
Exactly. Oh
so
yeah.
fucking angry
So I get to come to fucking work,
and
but
get and possibly get COVID.
and jeopardize my
Yep.
family and shit, while you fucks can stay home with your fat fucking Bruce Pritchard asses and
Your fucking
and sit
buck
there
man.
and fucking be safe. Vince, Bruce, Dunn, why don't you fucking stay home, motherfucker? This place would be way better off without you. This place would be way fucking better off without you. How is it that Triple H, amongst a pandemic, and his team, Shawn Michaels, the NXT people, the people that run the Performance Center, because although
Mhm.
Vince runs NXT, we all know that, he doesn't run the Performance Center. Why is it that they're still testing but you're not? Doesn't that tell you
Exactly.
something? The people that run the fucking Performance Center, because you can't even really say that they're running NXT anymore. The people that run the Performance Center, how is it that they, who have not been doing this as long as Vince McMahon, run a better show or a better work environment than you do? So you guys get to
Exactly.
fucking stay home, but Kevin Owens, who had to fight for this company to give us fucking single iota of a fuck about a global pandemic, gets to go to work, and but you get to stay home and do whatever because you don't. Yeah, God,
Bullshit, bruh.
don't make no
Definition
damn
of
sense.
bullshit.
Does not make a lick of sense. So yeah, um, there's that, and what else? WWE COVID-19 outbreak worsens with more staff and talent testing positive. Um,
Just a lot of people got COVID.
According to a recent report by PW Insider, in addition to the recent positive tests, even more staff and talent members tested
Bruh.
positive throughout Wednesday, and number of talent were contracted so they can get tested out of caution. The company still has plans to go forward with the post-Christmas tour. It was said. It was said that Jesus Christ, man. It was said that there are a lot of phone calls being made, a lot of running around as the companies try to stay ahead of the situation. It was also said that WWE is tackling the same issues that Broadway and other sports leagues have dealt with over the recent weeks due to the Omicron variant. The company hopes who've tested positive with the virus will be ready in time for WWE Day 1 on January 1st. That is all they care about. Their shitty
Exactly.
fucking pay-per-view that happens in 2 days. That
Fucking
no one gives a fuck about.
gives a single fuck about.
look, good lord. Like I said, like I mean, I probably should have read this piece of news first, but it still means the same thing, man. Why WWE? Why are you stopping testing people when you know there is an outbreak across your company? Why? Like,
Exactly.
how does that make any fucking sense? How does that make any sense, man? I mean, now it's said that WWE is calling up NXT. I heard that they were calling up NXT people. I heard Pete Dunne was called to the MSG show to fill in for somebody, and obviously we're seeing Grayson Waller on Monday Night Raw. I mean, at least for them, they get to go back to the performance center where they have tapings and get tested to make sure that they're straight. But
Exactly.
look, man, why? I mean, it just doesn't make sense, bro. It just doesn't make sense. And Vince McMahon continues to show you why he is everything but a fucking genius. Like some
Oh
people
yeah.
think that this man genuinely is. He is a piece of shit. He's a horrible fucking person. And he should not be running what is the biggest wrestling company, the biggest entertainment company in the fucking world. I mean, I don't understand how you run a company this big and you are this fucking clueless. How is that
Exactly.
possible? How?
I don't get it, bruh. I really don't get it. It
No,
makes no
no,
sense.
not at all. And then at the end of that report, all WWE, you heard it yourself, man. All WWE gives a shit about
It's day
is
one.
not the fact that fucking Seth Rollins has a little child at home. Not the fact that I don't know he's sick, and you're hoping that they're okay. You just want them to be ready for day one. Good
What a
God, can you imagine
motherfucker.
how uncomfortable? If Seth Rollins is at day one and they did rush him back of some sorts, could you imagine how uncomfortable everybody there is probably going to be, bro?
Oh, it's so uncomfortable. So be going out having a match, touching all of the ring. It'll get the whole company COVID.
Yeah, and who's got to wrestle in that fucking ring? Roman
Everybody.
Reigns, Kevin
Roman.
Owens.
Exactly.
Okay, now with Roman Reigns, according to Dave Meltzer on the Wrestling Observer Radio, Reigns' angle with Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania largely depends on both of them and Paul Heyman showing up for the WWE Day 1 pay-per-view. I was essentially told it was very important for WrestleMania that Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, Paul Heyman do not miss the show. So obviously, there's something big going on there.
No, there's not. They just
No,
want them to
there's
be at that show. So they're
yes.
saying this is why you got to be at the show, not because something's important's gonna happen, because we want you there. That's the whole reason they're saying all that shit. Ain't nothing important happen at that show.
You know what's gonna happen at the show?
Hmm.
You know what's gonna happen at the fucking show, man? They are going to build for the WrestleMania match. That's a whole different thing in itself. That's going to be awful. This is
Oh,
going
that's
to be awful.
terrible.
This feud has not been that good. It's gotten better, but Brock's never there. Brock is
Exactly.
never fucking there, man. So there's not really much storytelling you could do when Brock Lesnar doesn't show up. Anyway, they're going to build for the WrestleMania match. Paul Heyman is going to stay on Brock Lesnar's side until Mania, and that's where the turn's going to happen.
Exactly.
You need them both there.
For
Why
that,
don't you do something at the Rumble?
that's when they usually start doing Mania booking anyway. They're not booking till Mania right now. That's the biggest lie I've ever heard in my life.
I mean, good God, man. I mean, WWE, bro. WWE with these dog shit excuses, man. What the fuck
Literally.
is happening at day one that's going to be so big? Is Paul Heyman going to turn? Is Paul Heyman going to stay with Brock Lesnar? I think Heyman will turn at Mania.
Exactly.
Well, newsflash, this should have happened 4 years ago at WrestleMania 34. That's where Paul Heyman should have turned at fucking on Brock Lesnar. That's where that should have happened. Not now. Yeah, exactly. 4 years too late. There's something big going on at day one. Is there something big? Is there something that's really going to be that big? Something that will be in contention for 2022 moment of the year? Or is it just WWE saying that because they just want both names on the show? What is
Exactly. Come on, bro. Come on.
What is big in this company anymore? What's a huge thing in this company anymore?
Nothing. Literally
Grayson
nothing.
Waller showing up on Raw? Is it Eric Bischoff as the fucking minister?
God. Garbage. Nothing's big about this company anymore.
What?
Nothing.
Do you WWE fans think that... Good God. I can't even say that out of my fucking mouth without laughing. Do you WWE marks think that another Brood bloodbath is fucking huge on Monday Night Raw? Well, what is huge in this company anymore? Is it fucking Omos turning on AJ Styles? What is huge? What is huge?
The biggest thing in this company are its releases. That's the biggest thing in this company.
Well said, bro.
God.
WWE, as we wrap this final part to this story up, WWE aiming for no changes to the WWE Day 1 pay-per-view card. God bless Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns. Good Lord.
God bless them. I would have been walked out. Second I heard that news on Twitter, gone. I'm leaving. I'm going home.
Lord. Via PW Insider, there are just two possibilities. There are just two of possibly 11 Raw superstars pulled from live events, along with WWE Champion Big E, Bianca Belair, Bobby Lashley, Zelina Vega, Liv Morgan, Austin Theory, Carmella, and Doudrop. Note that not all of these people have COVID, but they have all at least been quarantined. It is possible that WWE have simply kept them away from the event as a precaution with WWE Day 1 less than a week away. It was also reported by Dave Meltzer that Roman Reigns was pulled from SmackDown's house shows in Tampa, Florida. The main event was going to be the Bloodline versus the New Day and McIntyre. Who the fuck is buying tickets to these fucking WWE live events?
My thing is, oh, never mind. I was gonna say New Day and McIntyre, so who's the fourth person for the Bloodline? But it's just the two from the New Day. Then, man, okay, that makes more sense. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, where will I have Reign a match main event?
What the fuck is this main event, bro? The main event of the show was going to be the Bloodline versus the New Day and McIntyre. This was changed to McIntyre and Sheamus versus the Usos. Meltzer wrote, "This is not a good sign that there were changes made to these shows, to these house show events." Bro,
that's what happens.
Roman Reigns, and you just said this a couple of minutes ago. If they lose Roman Reigns again for a period of time, and like I said, do not be shocked if he drops that championship and comes back at Mania, or comes back
Royal Rumble or whatever.
Royal Rumble or something to go away for a while, or maybe he wins like an Elimination Chamber to buy himself some more time. But I would not be shocked if Roman Reigns loses the championship. And if you do that, you're fucked.
Square one.
Because you're back at square one. That character is not going to be the same. And you're kind of in a fucking rock and a hard place here, because then if you lose Roman Reigns, you're fucked, like I just said. But you might have to. You might have to.
You're fucked.
If he There really isn't two sides of this. They're just fucked.
They
They're
are
just
just
fucked.
fucked. They really
Yeah.
are, because Roman's gonna. At this point, I think he's gonna take a break, just because he has to with COVID, and because they're not doing what they gotta do. I think he is going to take a break at day one, starting till Mania, or what? Right, couple weeks before Mania, whatever the fuck. God damn.
Yeah. Yeah. I could totally totally see Roman Reigns cutting out again because that's what's best for him and
And its
his
health.
family and whatnot and his health. My God, I feel bad for this.
Hmm.
I feel bad for the people in this company, man. And I feel for Kevin Owens, bro.
I
I feel
really
for Kevin
do.
Owens. This man legitimately just re-signed to have his face spit in again by this company.
That's
They did it.
bullshit, bro.
They did it in the beginning of this. They did it in the very beginning of this, and here we are again. And yeah, man. I mean, Roman Reigns being pulled from SmackDown house shows is not a good thing. Roman told them to take his ass the fuck out of there.
Hmm.
And that's exactly what happened, man. And Roman Reigns, dude. Roman Reigns, good lord. Let WWE
God.
lose this man again for an extended amount of time.
And they're fucked.
They are
SmackDown's
fucked.
fucked.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. SmackDown is, oh god, SmackDown's going to be a
It's
fucking
doomed.
train wreck without him. Um
Literally.
it's
They're gonna
already a
get.
train wreck, but
Oh,
imagine
God.
without Roman Reigns.
We'll probably end up having to get a fucking Drew and Brock feud again. Oh, bro. Kill me. Fucking kill me. We'll have,
Oh god. Sounds
we'll have
awful.
Kofi and Brock again. Oh, that's just gonna be. So, how do they always find a way to do rematches, bro? They really do. They really fucking do.
I don't know, man, but this is not looking good for this company. This is not looking good for SmackDown. This is not looking good at all. And all they seem to care about is who's going to make day one and day one, day one, day one. But all the higher ups get to sit home and fuck
Exactly.
off.
Literally.
All
It's
right.
just.
Day one
Yeah.
predictions. They haven't made any changes to the card, so we're just going to read this card off how it is. All
As of right
right.
now.
Drew
Exactly.
McIntyre versus Madcap Moss.
Bro, what the fuck? Bro, I didn't even know that was fucking happening, bro. I did not know this card. Dude,
The fuck?
until we get to the Roman match, this is gonna be a shocker every time, every fucking match you read off. That's such a difficult match to predict, man. I mean, on one hand you got Drew McIntyre, but on the other hand you got the up and coming Madcap Moss. Like,
Fucking
it could go
Jesus.
either way, man. But I think the shocking win will go to McIntyre.
How is this supposed to be compelling?
This
How is
is
this
what they're
supposed
fucking. This is what they're ignoring COVID for. This. Oh my god.
So let me get this straight. The SmackDown Women's Championship is not on this show, but Drew
Really?
McIntyre versus Madcap Moss made the fucking card. Good lord, Drew
They showed
McIntyre,
it. Dude,
obviously.
fucking
Edge
Madcap.
versus The Miz.
Ugh.
Uh,
Wait. Oh yeah. Oh man.
um,
Um,
I don't know.
I
Probably The
don't care.
Miz to introduce Beth Phoenix or something.
I
I'm gonna
think
go with
so.
that.
I think the Miz is gonna win more. Maurice. I think they're doing the thing with Maurice where she's pissed at the Miz. So that's gonna be a swerve where it's all their little plan, whatever the fuck. She's gonna fuck over Edge. Beth Phoenix is coming in, gonna give it to the Miz. Sadly,
Yeah. RK Bro versus Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins, the Street Profits.
dude, I'm so
Um,
tired.
Street Profits suck.
They really do.
Well, how is this? I mean, this is gonna be a good match, but
How did they get the match is the real question.
the RK Bronament.
Wasn't that canceled though?
No, I think
Didn't
it was
they
just
not?
postponed the week
Oh, okay. Okay.
because they beat the Mysterios,
Oh yeah. Oh my God, that's
best
such
tag team on
difficult
the planet.
opponents. The Mysterios, fucking Dominic, um, RK bro, dude, kill me if the Street Profits get even close to winning.
Yeah, honestly, bro. Becky Lynch versus Liv Morgan. I want to see Liv Morgan do something other than cut that god awful promo she cut the other week on Raw. I really want to see Liv Morgan win. I want to
But
see Becky put somebody over, but I just don't really have any faith in Becky anymore. So I'm gonna go
I
ahead and
really
say
do not.
Becky gets the victory here.
Yep, I think so. I think Becky's definitely gonna win, sadly, and Liv is gonna take another L. God damn.
Damn. The the Usos versus the New Day.
What is this number like fucking 14? A fucking New Day Usos? Holy shit. Oh my god.
No.
Dude, I don't even know what are they fighting for? How did their
I,
rivalry start again?
I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know I don't know
Bro,
how we got to this point.
I don't know
I
what
don't know where we
SmackDown.
go from here. I don't know. I just don't know anymore. I just
We'll
don't fucking
go.
know anymore, man.
Dude, I don't know. I'm
I'm
gonna.
just gonna say the Usos.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't see.
just gonna.
I don't see them taking the belt off of
Yeah,
them
no
while they're with
chance.
Roman.
Yeah, and Usos.
Big E versus Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins versus Bobby Lashley. Ah.
Damn.
I
Well,
mean,
however,
Edge was saying that he always wanted to face Kevin Owens, and I think Big E's title reign's been a flop.
I think it
Honestly,
has been. I
I,
think they
I
know.
yeah, I think this shit's fucking suck dick. So I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm gonna predict Kevin Owens. I don't know how sure I am of that happening,
Yeah.
but I'll just say Kevin Owens just because the fuck of it.
Yeah, I'll have some type of wish here, and I don't predict KO, man. I don't even know if he'll be there at this point. But if he is, he most definitely deserves that.
Yeah, for sure. And for the main event, damn,
Short ass fucking card. What is it, like fucking 5 matches?
7.
God, dude, them things blended together so much. I did not think we predicted 6 already. Holy shit.
Well, yeah, I mean, you got a lot to wrap your mind around. This is a very, very
No
stacked
mid
card.
card title match again? Do they ever put those fucking titles on
Oh,
pay per
yeah.
views?
Oh, yeah.
Holy
No
shit.
Nakamura, no Damian Priest. Damn.
God
That shit
damn.
ain't right.
Holy shit, man.
Anyway, to end us off, man, Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship.
Damn.
Like I said, man, I think I wouldn't be shocked if Roman gets this belt taken off of him because of this outbreak
Yeah, I
in
really wouldn't.
WWE. Brock Lesnar. I'm going to predict Brock Lesnar takes the Universal Championship. Roman Reigns wins it back at Mania because WWE, I feel like they're getting to a point with Roman where they've let him have a lot of freedom. And I
Mm-hmm.
think they just want to get their hands all over something and have
Yep,
him lose the belt before he goes on to face The Rock at WrestleMania 39 in Hollywood.
exactly.
And I don't think they want to have Roman Reigns hold the belt that long
I do
because
not
I
know.
feel like they just have the urge to fuck everything up.
They just gotta get their hands on it.
Yeah, no matter how much they like the person. I mean, I want to see Roman keep the belt. I think that's what you need to do to keep his character intact, or else it's fucking dead. And
But
they, I mean, man, I wanna say Roman because SmackDown needs him, and yeah, I mean, you wish WWE would care about things that are happening in the world, but they don't, and I think Roman knows that.
Mm-hmm.
And for that, I I could see Brock Lesnar taking it, man. So I'm gonna give this one to Lesnar.
Same, man. Same. I really think Roman's gonna have to disappear from this company again for for a decent amount of time, man. And I'm gonna predict Lesnar, man. I really am gonna predict Lesnar.
For sure, bro. Yeah, and that pretty much does it, man. That's all we got for this week. Another great week of news
Hell
and
yeah.
day one prediction. So obviously day one is not in the big five. So we will be we
Oh,
will
we gotta
be
review it on Monday. Oh God.
well we're gonna review it.
Oh God. I'm not
We're gonna,
excited. We're gonna have to talk about Madcap Moss
you look
again.
fucking so disgusting, bro.
Such a terrible ass show, bruh. Oh man.
Yeah, so this is obviously not a big this is not a big five. So we're gonna be reviewing this next week on the news. That's how we'll start this thing off. And yeah, man. With that, thank you guys for tuning in to another edition of the Notorious Heels podcast, man. This has been Notorious Heels podcast, episode 90. We got 10 more till 100, man, and 12 more till the 2-year anniversary, man. So that's fucking crazy.
That's
With that
weird.
being said, that is gonna do it, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a pleasure, always a pleasure, for my Johnny Mayhem.
And Star K.
And that is going to do it for this edition of the Notorious Heels Podcast, episode 90. That's going to do it for this edition of the news and day one predictions, man. Like I said, we will see you guys next Friday with the results for this show. But with that, we will see you guys Monday with Notorious Unscripted. We'll see you guys then.
Peace.